Alright, so I did a video on my eradicators, how that wasn't stacking properly, but that was during the raid, so I'm going to do a couple tests, here and, regular targets to see if it actually, does, work. So, I'm going to try like a cargo first, and then I'm going to do like Reaver, oh, not Reaver, the Legion colonies, which they all exploded, so I'll have to go look for some more. So, um, the ones that were working were my 2, 3, and 4. Those are the ones that have the resistors on. These two, they're differently built. So these look like so they're working good. Turn speeds looks good. Uh, I do see a different type of stacking already, and they're all skulled. But besides that, I don't see any. Yep, this still is acting up with the abrupt stopping. Yeah, see, there's a different type of stacking right there. Let's do a couple of turns. So it's the Eradicator, and this isn't getting any type of frenzy ability right now. So let's do some turn. So turn is it gets off a little bit, but that's probably because of the stacking from. So let's stack all. So that's all stacked together. Let's see, it's gonna be hard to. Okay, so they're all stacked together. Let's do some turning. Yeah, it's a different turning. It seems like it's a mechanic of stopping. Whenever it stops, and whenever it goes. Not so much as turning, I don't think. So it seems odd, but my guess would be the stopping aspect. Yeah, because whenever I just stop it abruptly, it does different stacking. So that might be the case in the sense. And now let's kill the sucker, and then let's test it out in the Legion targets. I'll probably take some damage to those because they're not properly built for Legion targets, but that's okay. And maybe, it's also to do with the Frenzy ability, so we can check and see about Frenzy. Let's look for. Oh, go away. Solo targets. Base parts. Let's try 52. And of course you'd be. Okay, you're closer. 67. 68, you're closer too. But so far it looks like it's the stopping feature when you abruptly stop it. Don't think it's more on the turn based because they didn't seem like it was. If I did a quick turn, it's because I'd have to slow down or stop and then do a U-turn, and it seemed like it was because of the stopping feature. That's why the turning it was off. And let's see how it does. So let's make everything go here. Select the 3 ships that are the same. 2, 3, and 4. So it still is doing it in this target, looks like. So let's hit some buildings and get the Frenzy ability up. Yeah, see. Okay, so Frenzy is up, and it still is doing it. It's faster, so that's kind of adds to the problem. Okay, now it's all stacked in one go. That's good. So we'll try and keep Frenzy up. It's kind of turn speeding is making it weird. So let's do turn slow. So it does also affect turn speed too, in a way. Now this problem only seems to be only on the Shrike that I don't know of. I don't have a built not the Shrike, the Eradicator. I don't have a built Shrike fleet, so I can't really test it on the Shrike just yet. So yeah, it seems like it's very hard to, determine why it's acting like this. If it's based on the speed, combat speed, or something like that. Okay, so come on. See, now that it's not stacking correctly. Okay, let's do a turn. Okay, so that turn didn't do too bad. Let's get our stacking up again. See if we can get it stacked up again. Okay, so it's stacked up again a little bit. Okay, so, and let's do turn. Okay, so a hard turn, that doesn't seem too bad, that right there. But I think it's maybe to do with pathing system of like where you click. That might be a problem there, or it might be just something to do with like the combat speed or the stopping and going. So that's all I know of right now. It looks like it might be stopping and going, but it could also be the pathing of where you click the ships. Not sure. I don't think it'd be the same on auto. Let's do another target, so I could try it on auto. I'll do it on auto just to make sure. Oh, I got a chest from that. No, I didn't. Lie to me. So let's do this 67 on those 3 ships on auto. Come on. Ooh, thank you. And see if it is also, if auto works too, because it might be just a clicking feature. So I'll move all my ships back to the ones, and then I'll select the ones that are actually the same build. Oh, I'm lagging. There we go. Okay, so these 3 ships are stacked right now and the same. I'm going to do auto. And auto looks like it's doing okay so far. Okay. So the stopping and going on auto and the turning, it looks like, is, fine. So it might be having to do with the pathing of us clicking, the player clicking, and for drivers, people who drive. But the auto looks like it's working great. So that's good to know. Not sure if it changes anything at all. I don't like how it's, what the pathing it's taking right now, because it's going through all this stuff, but it's good to know. So let's see, so it's doing a pretty good turn here. So that's really cool. Auto seems to be fine. And if I won't get that much lag. Interesting. I didn't try that in raid, so I'm kind of glad I did try that. But that's my, my testing with this, Eradicator problem. But yeah, those 3 ships are all basically, it's the same build. One has a ballistic resistor, the other 2 have radioactive resistors, which they shouldn't, they all have the same combat speed. They're both, all 3 of them were VXP the same, so, and of course in auto, you can see that there's no problem. So it might be the pathing for clicking. I don't know for sure. So other than that, that's all I can see.